Hello everyone and welcome to Women Flix's Level Up webinar on nutrition for a happier life. My name is Vanessa Canuda-Correa and I am one of Women Flix's co-founders and pleased and excited to be walking you through this exciting content in today's webinar. For today's agenda, we'll be covering the following. So we'll be going through my why, an introduction into nutrition, the basics of nutrition, the benefits of a balanced diet, different food groups that are important to know, portion control, hydration, nutritional supplements, practical tips, common myths, and we will come to a conclusion on what we have gone through today. So, as I mentioned, I am one of Women Flix's co-founders. My name is Vanessa Canuda-Correa. I am 33 years old. I'm married. I've got two beautiful little princesses called Larissa and Brianna. So when we talk about why is nutrition such an important topic to me today? Well, I, for one, want to see my daughters grow up with healthy habits and with the best mindset possible that they can have with regards to nutrition, because I really believe that nutrition is something that literally impacts every single area of our lives. So what we consume today, dictates who we will be tomorrow, how we feel tomorrow, what diseases we have, mental disorders, everything. So that is very important to me. And it also ties back to the fact that Women Flix is an organisation that is focused on empowering and inspiring women worldwide. So it really aligns with our objective as Women Flix's founders to ensure that we can continue to empower women in every single aspect of their lives. And nutrition is one of those key elements. But to go into more personal areas, I suffered with an eating disorder called bulimia when I was in my teenage years. The fact that I didn't have the knowledge, the know-how, the resources to help me prevent falling into the habits that bulimia brings with it is one of the reasons as to why nutrition became so important in my life. Alongside the bulimia, I also suffered with a physical injury in my teenage years, which led to me having to have an operation. After 2 months of being bedridden in recovery, one can only imagine how I was left from a weight perspective, because I didn't have the knowledge or the resources to ensure that I was managing how many calories my body needed during that time, which was a lot less than what one would normally need if I had been active as usual. So this just reinforced my interest in wanting to improve my knowledge on nutrition. The third aspect is mental health. I never realized how important our nutrition is to our mental health. It has so many impacts in so many different ways that we don't know. So it is so important for our mental well-being. And also for my financial freedom, because the more control you have over what you're eating, the more you understand how much you're going to be spending, and the more you can actually budget for what you actually want to be spending. And once again, I never had the education to manage my finances, and I never had the education to understand how to control, myself when I go to the supermarket, to ensure that I was sticking to things that I actually want to buy because I need them, not just buying off impulse. So this financial aspect is also very, very key to Women Flix's goals, and really ties back to how we want to empower women to be more knowledgeable in dealing with their finances to ensure that they have a more positive relationship with their money. Let's get into an introduction now on nutrition. So good nutrition is essential for maintaining optimal health and well-being. It's the foundation for our physical, but also our mental health, and it plays a critical role in preventing chronic diseases such as diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. Eating a balanced diet that includes a variety of nutrient-dense foods provides the body with the necessary vitamins, minerals, and energy needed to function at its best. However, in today's society and fast-paced world, it can be easy to fall into really unhealthy eating habits, and this will therefore lead to nutrient deficiencies and health problems in the future. It is really important to prioritize good nutrition, make informed food choices, and ensure that you are thinking about how this is going to support your overall health, your well-being, and your financial wealth. Because once you get into the habit of thinking, yes, I want that cake, for example, but if I eat this apple instead, how is this apple going to have an impact on my overall health, my overall well-being, and financial wealth? Because I'm sure that apple, for one, is going to be cheaper than that cake that you want to buy. I'm sure that apple is going to be a lot more beneficial to your overall health and your well-being as well. So if you start getting into the habit of thinking about your food in this way, of actually, taking a moment to pause and understand how it's going to progress through your body, how it's going to impact your pocket, I guarantee you'll be making a lot of different food choices when you go to the supermarket and the restaurants even. So throughout this webinar today, we'll be exploring the basics of nutrition, the benefits of a balanced diet, and I'll give you some practical tips for maintaining a healthy diet that's going to help you to make informed choices that are going to support your health, well-being, and your financial freedom. So what are the basics of nutrition? Well, we've got macronutrients, micronutrients, water, fiber, calories, and these are the 5 basics of nutrition. Macronutrients are the nutrients that the body needs in large amounts to function properly. These can include carbs, proteins, and fats. Carbs, known as carbohydrates, provide the body with energy, and proteins are essential for building and repairing tissues. Fats, on the other hand, are important for absorbing certain vitamins and maintaining your healthy skin and hair. Micronutrients, on the other hand, are the nutrients that the body needs, but in smaller amounts. However, they're still essential for good health. These include things like vitamins and minerals, which also play an important role but in maintaining strong bones, a healthy immune system, and other vital functions in the body. Then we have water, which is an essential nutrient that is necessary for hydration and many bodily functions. Water helps to regulate the body temperature, transport nutrients and waste products, and lubricate joints. Then we have fiber. Fiber is a type of carbohydrate that cannot be digested by the body. It's important for maintaining digestive health, reducing the risk of actual heart disease, and managing your blood sugar levels. And then finally, we have calories. Calories are the units of energy that I'm sure you've all heard of, that our body uses to fuel its functions. Consuming more calories than your body needs can lead to weight gain, as consuming fewer calories than your body needs can lead to weight loss. Understanding all of these basics of nutrition will help you to make informed food choices and create a balanced and healthy diet that meets your nutritional needs. So, what are the benefits of a balanced diet? One, the increased energy that comes with it, because a balanced diet provides your body with the necessary nutrients needed and energy to function at its best. This, in result, will help to boost energy levels and reduce your fatigue. An improved mood, because nutrient deficiencies have been linked to poor mental health, while a balanced diet rich in essential vitamins and minerals can improve mood and reduce the risk of depression. Better cognitive function. Good nutrition is essential for brain health. And a balanced diet has been shown to improve cognitive function, including memory, attention, and focus. Then we have reduced risk of chronic diseases. A balanced diet that is low in processed foods and rich in whole foods, such as fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, has been linked to a reduced risk of chronic diseases, such as heart disease, diabetes, and also certain cancers. And another one of the benefits is having a healthy weight management, because a balanced diet that's rich in fiber and low in processed foods and added sugars can help maintain a healthy weight and reduce the risk of obesity. A strong immune system. A balanced diet that's rich in vitamins and minerals is essential for maintaining a healthy immune system and reducing the risk of infections and illnesses. Then another big one, which was a shocker for me when I learned about this, but I mentioned it a bit earlier, that mental health can impact us in so many ways. And our food impacts our mental health in a lot of different ways as well. So when you stick to a diet that's nutrient rich, you're going to be setting yourself up for fewer mood swings and an improved ability to focus. Studies have even found that lean diets consisting of mainly whole and unprocessed foods can help with symptoms of depression and anxiety. Now, how amazing is that? The fact that your food can have a direct impact on the fact that you are feeling depressed or anxious. This absolutely astonishes me. But why not take control of your eating if this is a direct impact that you're going to have? And then the final benefit, which many people may not think of straight away, but healthier finances. And at first glance, it may be difficult to actually recognize the direct link. But when you take care of eating properly and creating good eating habits, you also foster your personal and your professional development. This is because the link between you being able to control what you're eating is going to make you feel more confident in yourself. You're going to feel better about your day-to-day choices. And furthermore, this is going to help you prevent illnesses and or afflictions that could become financial costs in the future, whether they be for medical treatments or your inability to work, amongst other consequences that affect your income. Now, let's talk a little bit about the different food groups, because understanding these different food groups will make it really crucial for you when you're preparing your breakfast, your lunch, your snacks throughout the day, and even your dinner. So the food groups exist as a way of helping you to categorize the foods based on the nutritional value that they provide and the role that they play in having a healthy and balanced diet. And these are the following 5 food groups. So one, you've got fruits, which are rich in vitamins, minerals, and fiber. And they're also an excellent source of antioxidants. Examples of fruits include things like apples, bananas, oranges, berries, and melons as well. Then we've got things like vegetables, which are also rich in vitamins, minerals, and fiber, but they're actually low in calories. So these are essential for maintaining good health and reducing the risk of chronic diseases. Examples of vegetables include leafy greens, broccoli, carrots, peppers, and tomatoes. Absolutely yummy. Then we've got grains. Grains basically provide the body with energy. Apologies. They provide the body with energy, and they're also a good source of fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Whole grains, such as brown rice, quinoa, and whole wheat bread, are the healthiest choices. So whenever you think, oh, what can I add to my plate when I'm going to eat some meat, whether it be red meat, white meat, think about your grains. They're always a nice, healthy addition that will satisfy you. Then we have protein-rich foods. Protein is essential for building and repairing your muscles and your tissues. So If you're the kind of person that works out a lot, you will generally hear the fact that you need to be consuming protein after your workout to aid you in the fact that your muscles and tissues are breaking down and they need to be repairing whilst you are resting. Protein-rich foods are also a good source of essential vitamins and minerals, and examples include things like lean meats, poultry, fish, beans, nuts, and seeds. And then you have your dairy. And dairy products are essential because they provide you with a good source of calcium, which is essential for your strong bones and teeth. And these include things like your milk, your yogurt, and your cheese. The key to a healthy diet is to consume a variety of foods from each of these food groups in appropriate portion sizes. And this is why I said at the beginning of this actual slide that when you think about putting food on your plate, understanding these food groups is crucial for you to understand what you need to be actually consuming with what. So the key really is to ensure that you do put different food groups in appropriate portion sizes, because this will ensure that the body receives all of the necessary nutrients that it needs to function at its best. Okay, let us go into portion control now. Portion control, when linked with the right food groups, is important because it helps individuals to manage their calorie intake and maintain a steady and healthy weight. Eating too much food, even if it is healthy, can lead to weight gain. Never assume that just because you're eating healthy, you can eat as much as you want. No, you still need to control your portions. While eating too little food can result in nutrient deficiencies and a lack of energy as well. So it's important to find a balance of eating not too much and not too little. And this will help you to ensure that you have a balanced and healthy diet. So here are some tips that are going to help you determine what your portion sizes should look like. Use hand measurements. You can use your lovely hands to estimate your portion sizes. For example, a serving of protein should be about the size of your palm, while a serving of vegetables should be about the size of your fist. And I'll show you some images as well, other than my own hands. Use measuring cups and spoons. So measuring cups and spoons can help to ensure accurate portion sizes. For example, one serving of cooked rice is half a cup, while one serving of cheese is 1 ounce. Read food labels when you go to the supermarket. It is so important, because I think if you read the food labels, you might be put off at what you're buying. Or you might realise actually there's too much salt in this, or there isn't enough protein in this, or I need a bit more healthy fat. Food labels provide all of the information on serving sizes, and they can help you to make more informed food choices, which is what we're looking for. We are looking for information to help us make more informed decisions. Use visual cues, and these are things like comparing portion sizes to common objects. And these can actually help you to understand appropriate portion sizes. For example, one serving of meat should be about the size of a deck of cards. So if you think deck of cards is about, let's say, that much. So use these visual cues, but you have to find what works for you. But most importantly, pay attention to hunger and fullness cues. Listen to your body's hunger and fullness cues to avoid overeating or undereating, because we don't want to be under or over. We want to have a steady balance. In general, a balanced meal should consist of 1 serving of protein, 1 serving of vegetables, 1 serving of whole grains, and a small amount of healthy fats. However, please take into consideration that portion sizes may vary depending on factors such as age, sex, weight, activity level, and overall health status. And I always recommend that when you want to make some changes to your nutrition, your diet, please do consult with a nutritionist who can always help you to come up with the right macros, calorie intake, protein amounts, vitamins, basically everything, okay? Never try to do this yourself. Portion control is essential for maintaining a healthy weight and ensuring a balanced and healthy diet. Obviously, by using hand measurements, measuring cups and spoons, reading food labels and using visual cues, but more importantly, paying attention to hunger and fullness cues, you can determine the appropriate portion sizes and make informed food choices that will support your overall health, well-being, and financial freedom as well. This is the image of the portion sizes that I was just referring to. So please use these. If you don't want to use the visual cues, think about how to use your hands. But these are really helpful in helping you to ensure that you do not overeat. Now, hydration, which I believe is my favorite, because being a nutritionist who specializes in advanced sports science, hydration is key. And one of the key parts that I talk to my clients about when we're focusing on an actual diet that is mixed with training is the water element. People do not drink enough water during their workouts, but it's also important to understand there is no right amount that fits everyone. It's about understanding how much water you need for the kind of exercise that you're going to be taking part in. So staying hydrated is important because water is essential for maintaining many vital bodily functions. Water helps to regulate the body temperature, as I mentioned earlier. It also lubricates our joints, transports nutrients and oxygen to cells, and helps to remove waste and toxins from our bodies. When the body is dehydrated, it can lead to symptoms such as headaches, fatigue, dizziness, and even more serious health problems in severe cases. The amount of water that an individual should consume daily depends on several factors, and these include your age, your sex, your weight, your activity level, and your overall status of health. In general, the recommended daily intake of water is around 8 cups or 64 ounces per day. However, this amount can vary depending on individual needs, and there are factors that may increase the need for water, and these include 1, hot or humid weather, 2, exercise, 3, illness or health conditions, 4, pregnancy or breastfeeding, and 5, alcohol or caffeine consumption. Overall, staying hydrated is important for maintaining many vital bodily functions. As the recommended daily intake of water is around 8 cups or 64 ounces per day, make sure you are drinking those 8 cups of water per day. But take into consideration all of the other factors as well. Please consult with a nutritionist to ensure that you are ingesting the correct amount of water every single day. Okay, nutrition supplements. What are these? Well, these are products that contain vitamins, minerals, herbs, amino acids, or other dietary ingredients. And they are intended to supplement the diet that you already have. They're not going to replace having a healthy diet. It's very important to understand. They are there to supplement and add to the good eating habits that you already have. These come in various different forms, such as pills, capsules, powders, and liquids. Whilst nutritional supplements can provide additional nutrients to your body, it's generally recommended to obtain nutrients through a balanced and varied diet. And that's why I said that it's important to understand they're there to supplement and not to replace. Whole foods contain a wider range of vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients that work together to promote good health. Additionally, whole foods often contain other beneficials as well, such as fiber, antioxidants, and phytochemicals that are not found in supplements. So these are just a few examples as to why you should be having a good, healthy eating diet as well as the supplements as well. However, there are certain situations where nutritional supplements may be necessary. For example, individuals with certain medical conditions or dietary restrictions may not be able to obtain all of the necessary nutrients through their diet alone. Pregnant women, for example, are one of those. They may need to take folic acid supplements to help prevent birth defects, whilst vegans or vegetarians may need to take vitamin B12 supplements, since this vitamin is primarily found in animal-based foods. Then we have athletes or individuals with high physical activity levels. They may also benefit from taking nutritional supplements such as protein, which I mentioned earlier, or creatine to support muscle growth and recovery. It's important to note, though, that taking excessive amounts of certain nutrients can be harmful to health. So, as your calories, it's important to ensure that you are taking the correct amount, especially when taken in supplement form. For example, taking high doses of vitamin A can lead to liver damage, while taking in high doses of iron can cause gastrointestinal distress and other health problems as well. Overall, while nutritional supplements can provide additional nutrients to the body, they are generally not necessary for good health if an individual is consuming a balanced diet and a varied diet, most importantly. However, there are situations in certain scenarios, let's say, where medical conditions or dietary restrictions may require some additional supplements. So it's important to always consult with a nutritionist or a healthcare provider before taking any kind of supplements to ensure they are safe and effective for you. Okay, so I've just added a note here, and I want you guys to take advantage of this, because being that Women Flix is an organisation that is here to empower women, I myself, being a certified advanced sports and health nutritionist, I would like to offer you all a free consultation call. This will be a call where we will talk a bit about your eating habits, your routines, what kind of workout you do, how often you eat, what kind of foods you eat, where I can actually just give you some advice and consult you. It could be worst case scenario that my feedback will say, look, I think you're eating fantastically and there aren't any changes that have to be made. Or it could be that I say, look, I definitely see that there's room for improvement and that we can make some tweaks here to improve your eating to support the goals that you want to achieve. So please get in touch with me to schedule your free consultation call, and let's check on how you're doing with regards to achieving the goals that you have for yourself. Now, what are my practical tips? It can be challenging, first of all, to maintain a healthy and balanced diet. At least I find that it is. Even today, after all of the knowledge that I have, it can still be very, very daunting. But I have a few practical tips that I feel make my life easier and make the lives of my clients easier. So I'm confident that they're going to make your life easier as well. Here are some tips. Plan your meals in advance. Think about it like this. If you're going on a plane, as opposed to setting yourself up for failure by not knowing what food is going to be served to you on a plane, prep your own plain food. Take your protein, take your grains, take your vegetables. Before you jump on that plane, get your bottle of water and make sure that you are setting yourself up for success. And try to plan meals that include a variety of different whole foods from different food groups, like we mentioned before. Now, I applied it to a plane scenario because this is one of the areas in which we fail so easily. But actually, if we just set ourselves up properly, everything just goes so much more smoothly, and we don't have to end up eating food that doesn't support the goals that we have. The second one, shop the perimeter of the grocery store. So this means focus on going where there's fresh produce, where there's lean proteins, dairy. Go and shop in those areas and stay away from the processed and packaged foods. And this will limit your visualization of these foods and your, let's say, need to divert away from what is actually going to support you. Read the food labels. We spoke about this earlier on. When you're purchasing packaged foods, be sure to read the food label to check the ingredients and the nutrient contents. Look for foods that are low in saturated and trans fats, added sugars and sodium, but that are high in fiber and essential vitamins and minerals. And as I said earlier, I think if you start doing that, you will be put off eating certain foods just because of what you're reading. And then this one was life-changing for me because I grew up being someone that does not like cooking, but because I wanted to take more control of my eating and I wanted to eat better, I decided that it was going to be important to start cooking my own meals. This can help you to control the ingredients and the portion sizes of your meals. So just try to make simple and healthy meals that include a variety of whole foods such as roasted vegetables, grilled lean proteins, and whole grain salads as well. And the best trick of all, use smaller plates and bowls. Using smaller plates and bowls can help you to control your portion sizes and avoid overeating. When you're serving meals, try to fill half of your plate with vegetables, 1/4 with lean protein, and 1/4 with whole grains. And pack healthy snacks. This can be for wherever you're going, throughout your day, even if you're working from home remotely. If you pack your snacks in a bag and you only touch that bag for the rest of the day, you will know that that is what you are limited to eating for your day, and you can't invent opening the cupboards for other snacks as well. So this can just help you to avoid unhealthy snacking when you are on the go or even at home. And then drink lots of water. I would also recommend try drinking teas when you think of drinking more water. So start your day off with a cup of tea with no sugar. Generally speaking, I always like to advise that my clients drink a nice green tea in the morning because green tea has caffeine, so it helps you to get your day going. And then throughout the rest of the day, limit yourself to other kinds of teas. But in the night, maybe a nice chamomile tea that's going to be really soothing and relaxing to help you set the tone, to let your body know that it's almost time to go to sleep. And with regards to the fact that you'll be drinking more water, it's also going to help you feel more satiated, and you won't feel the need to want to drink other drinks, such as sugary drinks or fizzy drinks, and so on. But most importantly, budget your spending. So I have the habit of creating lists every single time that I go to the supermarket. When things finish at home, I add them to my list. When there's something new that I want to try, I add it to my list because I know that I'm going to go into the supermarket with an objective to only buy what's on that list. More importantly, if you're always buying the same products, you'll have a notion of how much you'll be spending, but you can also track the cost of products if and when they're changing, so you know you need to adapt your spending as well. By following a plan, you can actually ensure that you're going to help yourself to pay bills on time, build an emergency fund, save for major expenses as well, such as a car or home, and it's just going to put you on stronger financial footing for both the day-to-day and the long-term too. So, by incorporating these daily tips into your daily routine, you're going to set yourself up to maintain a healthy diet and improve your overall health and well-being. Common myths. I love this one because till today, I'm always hearing these common myths. And I feel this really tends to come from people who are just completely uneducated in the topic. They've not studied anything about it. They don't even do the due diligence of going to check up on what they believe. It's just the beliefs that they have grown up with. These can be really confusing, however, and they can often lead to misinformation about what constitutes a healthy diet. So please be careful when you come across myths and ensure that you're always validating and checking them. Here are some common ones though, and the facts that debunk them. All fats are bad for you. Not true. The fact is that not all fats are created equal. Unsaturated fats, which are found in foods like nuts, seeds, and oily fish, can actually help to lower cholesterol and reduce the risk of heart disease. So it's important to limit your intake of saturated and trans fats, and these can be found in foods like red meat, butter, fried foods, as they can increase your risk of heart disease and other health problems. Myth, again, carbohydrates are unhealthy and should be avoided. Not true. Carbohydrates are an important source of energy, and they should be included in a healthy diet. They should be included, yes, they should. The key is to choose complex carbs, and these are things like whole grains, which we discussed, fruits and vegetables as well, instead of simply choosing just carbohydrates like sugar and processed foods. Myth number 3. You should avoid eating after 8 p.m. This is my personal favourite myth because I believed in this one for such a long time, whereas today I know it's not true. The time that you eat is not as important as what you eat, it's what you put in your body that counts. So if you're hungry after 8, it's okay to have a healthy snack or a light meal, like an apple or half of a protein yogurt, or even if you feel like having something a bit sweet, get a really small bowl and serve yourself a little serving of popcorn. That's absolutely fine. It's definitely important to avoid overeating or eating foods that are high in fat, sugar, or salt though. And then there's myth number 4. You need to consume a lot of protein to build muscle. So whilst protein is important for building and repairing muscle tissue, consuming excessive amounts of protein will not necessarily lead to more muscle growth. The body can only use a certain amount of protein at one time, and excess protein will be stored as fat. So, yes, you need to consume protein, but not too much protein that's going to put on weight on your body. Myth number 5. Gluten-free diets are healthier for everyone. No, they are not. That is a myth. Unless you have celiac disease or a gluten intolerance, there is no need to avoid gluten. Many gluten-free products are highly processed and may be higher in calories, sugar, and fat than their gluten-containing counterparts. So once again, it's really important that you check food product labels to see what you are actually consuming and how much of each food group is in that product. And 6, all natural and organic foods are always healthier. Whilst organic foods may be grown without pesticides and other chemicals, they are not necessarily more nutritious than conventionally grown foods. It's important to focus on eating a variety of whole nutrient-based vegetables as they are grown or produced in a more natural way. So be careful, again, what you're consuming, check where it comes from, and when there are food labels available, always check those food labels as well. By understanding all of these common myths and any others that you may have heard, and doing your research on them, you can make your informed choices about your diet to improve your overall health, your well-being, and your financial freedom. So, I wanted to share this with you guys before we get to the end of our webinar. A lot of you may not have heard of Forever Living, but it's a multi-level marketing company that I have been supporting for years and years. To be precise, since 2014. So we are now in 2023, and I have been working with this brand since 2014. It's a company that offers a range of health and wellness products, and these include things like dietary supplements, skincare products, personal care items, and weight management products as well. Their flagship product is an aloe vera gel, and this was the first thing that really attracted me to this company because I've heard about the magical wonders of aloe vera, and the gel that they make is really made from the inner leaf. And if you go up and read on it, and you can do this yourself, you will learn that aloe vera has numerous health benefits when it's ingested orally. All of Forever Living's products are natural and beneficial to our health and wellness, and the use of their products is highly recommended as part of a healthy lifestyle, including exercise and a balanced diet. Every year, I do a 9-day detox, which is from Forever Living. And the reason that I started doing this once a year is because I feel really energized and empowered and powerful at the end of those 9 days. So I tend to do it at the start of every single year because it always follows a batch of eating a bit more out of line after Christmas and New Year's. I think it's always a nice way to start the year and set the tone for the rest of the year. So it just helps to reinforce the habits that you have. But it's also important to ensure that you are detoxing your body, not too regularly, but every now and again, to ensure that you're getting rid of anything that our body does not need. As with any health and wellness products, though, it's important to consult with a healthcare provider. So please make sure that if you do have any questions regarding Forever Living, please reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to answer any of the questions that you have. And again, let's set up a free consultation call because I'll be more than happy to help you to assess your eating habits to ensure that you're setting yourself up for success with your goals. I do apologise. So, gut health. What does gut health make you think of? Because I think gut health is one of those that's really important, but that so many people have no idea about. I think it's a lot easier for people to know that it's important to have a well-balanced diet. A lot of people have a notion of the food groups, but a very small percentage of the population in the world know about the importance of gut health. And this is personally one of my favourite areas to talk about when I talk about nutrition. This is because gut health aids our digestion and our nutrient absorption. The gut is responsible for breaking down the food that we eat, absorbing the nutrients that our body needs as well, and it can help us to ensure that we get the most nutrition from our food. A large proportion of our immune system is located in our gut, believe it or not. So a healthy gut can help protect us against harmful bacteria and viruses as well. Our mood and our mental health. The gut-brain connection means that our gut health can affect our mood and mental health. A healthy gut can lead to better mood, less stress, and better overall mental health. Inflammation. An unhealthy gut can lead to chronic inflammation, which is linked to several diseases such as diabetes, heart disease, and certain types of cancer as well. Skin health. The gut-skin connection means that an unhealthy gut can lead to skin problems such as acne and eczema as well. So overall, taking care of our gut is extremely important for our overall health. Eating a healthy diet, managing stress, and getting regular exercise are all important ways to support a healthy gut. Now, I've put this quote up here because I want you guys to just think, wow, all of this information that we've received today is amazing, but it's also overwhelming. The important thing here is, yes, it may be overwhelming and there's a lot of information to take in, but the important part is to get started, stop talking, and to just begin doing. And do this by starting in small steps. And small steps can literally mean drinking an extra glass of water every single day, adding one piece of vegetables to your, could be lunch, could be dinner, whatever servings, but just changing what you're doing in small steps. It doesn't have to be extreme. I'm going to be sharing this image with you guys here because I just want you to see how easy it is for us to get all of the nutrients that we need on a day-to-day basis. It doesn't have to be complicated. And just putting up an image like this in your cupboards, you know, a cupboard that you open very regularly, just seeing that visually every day is just going to reinforce how easy it is for us to get all of the nutrients that we need. And that is it. So thank you so much for joining me, guys, in today's Level Up webinar. My name is Vanessa Canuda Correa. I am a business management BSc, losing my word here, BSc business management, completely forgot the words, but that's what I studied at university. I'm an advanced health and sports science nutritionist, a mindset and life coach as well. And it's been a pleasure having this moment with you guys today. And I look forward to speaking to you on our free consultation calls. Wishing you all a great rest of the day. Take care. Bye-bye.